What's going on, people? Welcome back to Curtis Shaw TV, back with another live stream as we look ahead to tomorrow's game against PSV, as well as some interesting transfer news. A couple of players, I did once call him a car park Neymar, Mudryk. I may owe him an apology after what we've seen over the last few weeks, and a few other bits of news. Can we get a big deal done for Milinkovic Savic in January, people? A player that I've said many times I would love Arsenal to sign, but can we get him? It would be expensive, but there are links to it. And also, a player that I've said for a while I think we should go for, Kevin Campbell, seems to agree with me, and we're going to bring up his article later on in the show. I've got a little bit of support now on a player that a lot of you didn't agree with us going for, but we'll bring that up later, people. Big up to everyone in the comments. Hope you're well. Champions League Wednesday tonight, and I'm hoping next season we're playing on these Tuesdays and Wednesdays. I'm sick of watching other teams play, and we're playing on a Thursday. Hopefully this will be our last year of playing Europa League football, because I can't lie, at the start I thought the Europa League was all right, singing the song, oh, yeah, cool, but now I've had enough of it. I don't want no more Europa League, but we have to make sure we win the group tomorrow. A draw against PSV will be enough. Big up everyone, C-Unit business. Haroon said, please not Rashford, let's see. Unai is back. You know what? Unai Emery gets the Aston Villa job, and I thought, Gerrard was always going, he was on his way out. Unai Emery gets the Aston Villa job. It's an interesting one. Number one, I wonder if his communication is better now, because I do think his lack of English was a big problem for him at Arsenal. People took the mick out of him and stuff. Well, I actually really think Unai Emery is a good manager. I think you got to look at the job he's done. Even after leaving Arsenal, he went and won the Europa League and actually beat us. And beat Man United. So, I like Unai. I hope Unai does well at Villa. Obviously, I hope he doesn't perform against Arsenal. But, yeah, I respect Unai Emery, and I hope he does well at Aston Villa. I do believe he is a good manager. It's just whether he gets the opportunity to do his job at Aston Villa. Their fan base now, the demand is quite high. But he's a top manager. Way better than Steven Gerrard, in my opinion. Ben said his English is fine. C-Law, Unai is levels above Slippy G. I don't think Villa will enjoy his style of football, but wish him well. Tends to want to play counter-attack. I think Villa want a bit of an attacking front foot manager, but definitely a good manager. MDW said, on the beach in Tenerife, the missus looks at me, says, why are you always on your phone mid-afternoon? I just look and say, C-Unit business. Let her know, man, we're here. You have to get involved. Have a good holiday on the beach in Tenerife, by the way. I'm sure the weather is better than over here at the moment, although it is a little bit mild, but, not the weather over there. Oz said, looking forward to the first. Good evening. Good evening, Unai. When do we play Aston Villa, actually? That would be interesting. I'll check that later on, but I wonder when we will see him. Odeon said, was talking to my client about it today. Unai is a low-key Conte. I mean, it was interesting at Arsenal because in his first season at Arsenal, he kind of played on the front foot and banged in a lot of goals, Lacazette and Aubameyang. We were a bit individual brilliance FC that first season. And then the second season, it was kind of like we're conceding 25 shots against Watford. So he kind of went into his shell a little bit. I know what you're saying. He's the Europa League don, isn't he? It's just whether he can do it in the Premier League. People saying his English is far better now than when he left Arsenal. I think if he spoke better English, potentially he could have still been the Arsenal manager. I think communication was a big reason why he left. In his first season, we were playing leftover Wenger ball, in my opinion. Torreira's a number 10. Yeah, that one really didn't work, man. It just didn't happen for him. But I do respect him, and I hope he does well. Good luck to him, obviously, apart from the games against Arsenal. I think his first two games are Man United. Man U in the league, and then Man U in the cup. So he's got a difficult start to life at Villa, that is for sure. Anyway, let's get into today's show, people. Make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel, all of that good stuff. The Waffler said, good news, just got called into my local academy. Big up to you, the Waffler. Well done. And hope things go well for you there. let's talk transfers. Let's talk transfers. And the headline news of the show, we're talking about Milinkovic Savic, people. Milinkovic Savic linked again with a move to Arsenal. And an interesting one coming out of Italy. Are they recycling this story is what I'm trying to figure out. This story was kind of going a few weeks ago saying that Arsenal were going to offer Sambi Lokonga plus cash for Locatelli from Juventus. The same newspaper are now saying that Arsenal are going to offer Sambi Lokonga plus 52 million for Milinkovic Savic. According to reports coming out of Italy, the offer will be rejected. They just want the 52 million. I'm joking, people. I couldn't help it. Sambi Lokonga, I can't help it right now. But I'm in a bit of a crazy zone with Sambi right now. I don't see why anybody would want him in a swap deal if you watched him play recently. That is for sure, people. But listen, let's talk about this brother, Milinkovic Savic. We all know him. Whether you play FIFA, whether you watch Italian football, whatever, we all know this guy is. A few years ago, they were talking about 90 million euros to buy him. He was rated as one of the best, big central midfielders in the league. I'm sorry, Sambi, I couldn't help it. The joke was just there. There was no way I could turn it down. Big up my brother Broads in the chat, by the way. I hope you're well. If it was true, oh my days. Yo, I'm telling you. Get Milinkovic Savic to the carpet under all circumstances. Get him in. Right, I just want to have a look at his stats. He's turned into a more attacking player over the last 2.5 seasons. Before he was a little bit more deep lying. Just to put things into context, Milinkovic Savic, last season, 11 goals and 11 assists, 22 goal contributions. He's the Lazio captain as well. He's become a leader. He's 27 years of age, turns 28 in February. This season, 11 games, 7 assists and 3 goals. 10 goal contributions in his opening 11 games. He is a Serbian international as well. And for me, I've said time and time again, I would absolutely 100% get this guy to the carpet. I think he is an upgrade on Granit Xhaka. I know Granit is having a very good season, and I'm more than happy with Granit Xhaka. I'm not even saying he comes in and just displaces him. It's competition. You've got to come in and get him out. But for me, it's a no-brainer. If you can get him for 52 million plus Sambi Lokonga, by all means, get him in. People saying he's playing more in the 8 role. But Xhaka has kind of played in that 8 role this season. In that Gundogan, a lot of freedom to get forward. Zinchenko steps in. He goes forward. Daily Savic, Big C, are you ready? I'm ready, man. You know January can be a painful month for Arsenal. We're linked with somebody exciting and then we don't sign them. I think the only few big Januaries, I think Aubameyang. Did we get Arshavin? I'm sure we got Arshavin in a January window. But yeah, we haven't had the most exciting of Januaries. Cavaradonna, is that the lad from Napoli, or am I mixing him up with someone else? Or Mudryk for Arsenal, I'd go for Donna. Big up A. I mean, we are going to talk about Mudryk, that is for sure. Bally TV, big up, bro, said Eddie needs to give Sambi another talk. I mean, bro, I think Eddie needs to give himself a talk as well. He needs to go in the mirror, my Michael Jackson settings. I'm standing with the man in the mirror. Oh, yeah. I'm telling you, 100 bags a week. But listen, you can't knock the hustle, man. Don't hate the player, hate the game, people. If Eddie can get 100 bags a week, 5-year deal, there's hope for all of us, people, whether it's football, YouTube, work. We've all got an opportunity. No disrespect, Eddie. If I ever meet you, respect to you, bro. But yeah, man, the game is the game. I don't knock the hustle, that is for sure, people. You know, when you get me singing Michael Jackson on a Wednesday afternoon, it's serious, people. Let me tell you that. Anyway, Milinkovic Savic. Let's get the poll up. First poll of the day, more polls than a strip club. Let's get it up, people. Would you be happy with this deal? Or, I think most of you would be happy with the deal, but are there other midfielders that you would maybe like to go for ahead of him? Do you think he's worth 52 million plus Sambi? He's 28 in, he turns 28 in February, so not necessarily a lot of potential sell-on value if he doesn't do well. Are there any other midfielders you would rather get, or do you just think this one is a no-brainer? Get him. Would you pay 52 million for Milinkovic Savic. For me, I'm all over it. From what I've seen of him, I think he's a quality player. And I don't really care that he turns 28 in February. I think we get too caught up sometimes in age. And I think midfielders, I think they're at their best at that sort of age, to be honest. I think that's when you understand the game better than any other age. You look at the likes of Paul Scholes. He was at his best in his early mid-30s. Jude, listen. I'm with everyone who's saying Jude, but the question is, he ain't coming to us. He ain't signing for us, in my opinion. We got no chance. Jude Bellingham next season will be playing for Manchester City, Liverpool, or Real Madrid. In my opinion, he ain't coming to the carpet. The carpet ain't good enough for Jude, I'm afraid. Jude's gonna cost 100 million as well, and we ain't dropping 100 million. Remember, we had a deal lined up to sign him and pulled out at the last minute from Birmingham, so they're not gonna do that. I would take Jude Bellingham, but that one ain't going to happen. Total Hit Sweet said, Bin Lakonga. I think you know my opinions on Sambi, my friend. Mustafa said I'd give Sambi for free. Jude would be 90 plus. Frankie de Jong. A lot of people saying de Jong at the moment. I mean, the problem is, like I've said, I don't know if it's true, but I've read that de Jong is on close to 400 grand a week. And we're just not going to pay that for him, unfortunately. Yeah, we're not going to pay those kind of wages for de Jong. Man United spent the whole summer chasing him and didn't get the deal done. So it's obviously a difficult deal to do. Tielemans or Savic for me, Milinkovic. I suppose the only thing you could say why Arsenal may go for a Tielemans ahead of Milinkovic. Number one, Premier League experience. Number two, you may get Tielemans for 15, 20 million in January with 6 months left on his deal. And we know Arsenal like a bargain. They like the sale section in TK Maxx with the red stickers all over the T-shirt. And they love a bargain. Would Arsenal really drop 52 million on Milinkovic Savic in January? We also could do with a wing or maybe a striker. So I would rather sign Milinkovic Savic than Tielemans, but I feel like that deal would appeal to Arsenal more. So I understand your point there. Alvin said, why is Jadon Sancho failing at Manchester United? I think a lot of players, when they're signed and put into a team that doesn't necessarily suit the way they play and play the same way, some players are so good you can put them in so many teams and they'll perform. Alexis Sanchez, just give him the ball. Didn't matter if you were possession-based, counter-attacking, he was going to rip you apart at Arsenal. You look at Nicolas Pepe, counter-attacking winger. Ripped the French league apart, came to Arsenal, possession-based, looked garbage. You look at Sancho at Dortmund. I always say most teams in the Bundesliga, watch the Bundesliga highlights. Most defences are on the halfway line. One through ball and you're in. Haaland, Aubameyang, Werner, all these strikers, Lewandowski, one through ball, you're one-on-one with a keeper. You play in England against anyone in the bottom half of the table, they're probably sitting on the edge of their own penalty area. There's no space. And I think he joined the wrong club. I think he joined the wrong club, if I'm being honest. If Jadon Sancho played for Man City, I think you'd see a different player. If he played for Liverpool, I think you'd see a different player. Even Arsenal, if I'm being honest. I don't think that Man United style. Man United are improving as a team under Ten Hag. I still don't think they have a particularly good style. I think Ten Hag's trying to figure out the style. So I kind of think it's just individual brilliance and he doesn't work there. He could, a lot of people saying this, he could be a cam in the Premier League. He doesn't even look as quick in this country. He looked rapid in Germany. In England, he looks like 78 pace on FIFA. He looked about 90 pace in the Bundesliga. So styles, systems, leagues, it all comes into account. It's a shame because I actually thought Sancho was a top player in Germany. Doesn't look particularly good at United. What style, man, are saying? Ten Hag doesn't have ballers to play his tiki-taka. Yeah, you saw at the beginning of the season. He was trying to play out at the back. They failed, and then he went elsewhere. Lumi said, I'll work in TK Maxx. Send Edu my way. I can give him my discount on top of the clearance. Hey, big up Lumi, man. Which TK Maxx you in, man? Inflation is real. We'll come there, man. We're looking for some Curtis Shaw TV discount, people. Community settings. Let us know where you're at, man. SM said, would you take Mahrez? I mean, listen, Mahrez would be a brilliant player for us. The only problem you're going to have with Mahrez, he's about, what, 31, 32? He's on nearly 200 grand a week. You know, Arsenal, everything is kind of business related. He's nearly 32, on 180 grand a week. I would take him if you could get him for cheap as another winger, but I don't see Arsenal going for him. So yeah, listen, Milinkovic Savic, as I said, people, 10 goal contributions in 11 games this season, 22 goal contributions last season. He's got a goal in the Europa League as well. 27 years of age. Absolute no-brainer for me if you can get this deal done. But I have my doubts over whether the deal would be done for two reasons. Number one, would Lazio want Sambi Lokonga? Don't really see why they would. No disrespect to Sambi. Lazio are third in the league at the moment, 5 points off the top. They're in good form, only lost 1 out of 11, 7 wins. They've got the best defence in Italy as well at the moment. So they're having a very good season. And second of all, would Arsenal drop £52 million on a player in the January transfer window? It is my other concern with Arsenal. When's the last time Arsenal went big in January? Aubameyang. Why did they go big? Because Alexis Sanchez left and we were absolutely in meltdown. Loom is in Tottenham Hale. Everyone come to my till. Let me know you're part of C Unit. People, it's real. If you're in Tottenham Hale, go check Loomy and TK Maxx. Go up to him and just say, see you, net. And he'll know why you're there, people. You're expecting at least an extra 20% discount, even if there's a red sticker on the top, people. We're going to go and check you. Any mediums, largers in anything decent, just put them to the side, you know. Tottenham Hale. Big up Loomy, man. I appreciate it, people. See, this is what we're here for. Information and entertainment. That's the aim of the game on this channel. So big up, big up. Oz said, yo, I need to check out Lumi. I'm in the ends. Come on, man. Go check him, man. Inflation is real right now. Inflation is real. Electricity's through the roof right now. We got to save where we can, people. Lumi about to get a rile. Hey, Lumi, though, make sure you don't get fired, you know. Don't, like, get everyone come in there, get discount. You lose your job. We don't want to see them comments. So make sure the job's safe first, you know. Big up Marshall, who said, Big C, it's my birthday today. Big up Marshall. Happy birthday to you, bro. Celebrate, enjoy, and yeah, man, big up from all the community. PG said the struggle is real. Come on, man, you have to, you know what I mean? Look after yourself nowadays. 40% for C Unit. You don't want him to lose his job, right? It's all mad people. Go in there chanting, Lumi, Lumi, where are you, Lumi? Just go in there and start shouting. Nah, don't do that, by the way. We don't want to risk a man's job right now. It's real out here. Anyway, people, let's move on. Milinkovic Savic to the carpet. No brainer. Let me end the poll before we move on to the next story. Let's see what you're saying. 82% say you would pay 52 million for Milinkovic Savic. 18 say no. Like I said, for me, I would definitely take a chance on him. And listen, top players are expensive. And I think he's proved in Italy over the last few years, he's a top player. And I would take the risk. I think you look around Europe at the moment, centre midfielders that are available, I think he's worth taking the risk. However, I'm going to be honest, I think Arsenal will be bargain hunting in January. And I think we're more likely to go for a Danilo out of Brazil because they're saying he may cost around 25 million now. A Brazilian club, you know, we're likely to be able to get them on some layaway Klarna business. All right, we pay 25 million for him, but we're only giving you maybe 5 million, 10 million up front. We pay the rest over 4 years. So Milinkovic Savic is arguably Lazio's best player. They're not going to accept that kind of foolish deal. They're going to say, pay the money or leave. You know, hurry up and buy business. So I just don't see Arsenal getting this deal done. I really hope I'm wrong. You know, I really hope I'm wrong. This is the kind of deal that would excite the fans. What frustrates me with Arsenal, we always sign players from a place of desperation. When we had Alexis, when we had Cazorla, when we had Mesut Ozil, as good as Giroud was, and Giroud is a good target man, we needed an Aubameyang at them times there. But we only signed Aubameyang when Alexis left. We needed to add him to what we already had. And this is the problem with Arsenal. We only sign when we've got gaping holes in the team. Go and sign a player while you're top of the league, while there's a feel-good factor, while things are going well. That's how you achieve greatness in the Premier League, and that's what Arsenal need to do. Go and get a marquee transfer done in January. Why are we always penny pinching in January? Oh, let's get, a player in on loan, Kim Kallstrom, or we get Matt Ryan, a goalkeeper, in on loan, or we sign Austin Trusty and, loan him back to Colorado. I don't want to see them kind of foolish deals in January. Go and sign Milinkovic Savic. Go and sign a big boy winger. We need a striker. I'm sorry, I'm banging the drum about the striker. I've tried to be patient. Big up Premsy in the chat. Hope you're well, my bro. Make sure you go and follow him on YouTube as well. Big up Prems each and every time. I'm banging the drum now, people. I'm telling you, I've been patient. I sat here for nearly November. I sat here, I kept my mouth shut. I said, you know what? Eddie, he came through Hale End. He's a young brother. Maybe he's going to get better and better. But I'm not holding back no more, people. I'm saying it as it is. I'm sorry. Eddie Nketiah is not good enough to be Arsenal's second choice striker. Let's just speak facts here, people. Does anybody really believe that if Gabriel Jesus was injured, suspended, or anything for a suitable period of time, are you honestly looking at Eddie Nketiah and thinking, you know what, man, he can hold this attack together? Because I don't see it, man. I just don't see it. You got your 100 bags. You got your 5-year deal. Somehow you got the number 14. Some people don't mind it. Some people are in meltdown over it. It is what it is. But I'm sorry, we have to get another striker, man. We have to get another striker. Ultimately, Eddie Nketiah has not played enough first-team football. And that's not even his fault. I honestly think that Eddie Nketiah's situation is Arsenal's fault. They've mismanaged him. The way they've managed Balogun is the way they should have managed Eddie. They've got Balogun out on loan quickly. Straight to Middlesbrough. Championship. You're going to learn in the Championship. Let me tell you, that league is difficult. He's come back. He's gone to the French league. Great experience. Out of England. Playing against PSG, Marseille, Lyon, all these big games. He's bagging goals, playing men's football. He's going to come back a better player. Eddie hasn't played enough first-team football. He got 6 months at Leeds. He did okay. A lot of Leeds fans said he was average. Had a good, end to last season, and we've gone in there with the bag, the suitcase, giving him everything. And I think we need a striker. I was saying before, I'll get a striker at the end of the season. I think we need a striker in January. I really do. I think we need a striker now. Go and get me Ivan Toney. Go and get me Mitrovic. Go and get me... There's loads of strikers. We need a plan B. We need it when it's difficult. We can't create. We can't get the ball into Jesus' feet. Maybe we can get the ball out wide and whip crosses in, and you've got a big Mitrovic or someone heading it in. We need somebody else. I'm sorry. Somebody said it the other day. Newcastle have better backup options than we do in attack. They're starting Callum Wilson, and they've got Isaac and Chris Wood. Isaac, our fan base were hunting this guy down. It was like, what's that film, man? With the brother, what's the film where the Taken, where the guy's daughter gets kidnapped? We were moving like the guy in Taken, hunting down Alexander Isaac. His number plate was online. He was in London. People were recording him in Harrods. Newcastle got this guy on the bench. I think he's injured now, actually. But how have Newcastle got better striking options than us, man? So, yeah, man, I think we need to get a striker in desperately. Amin said, who would you rather sign for the same price? Milinkovic Savic or Vlahovic? I mean, the problem is, I get you with the question, but Vlahovic is not going to... First of all, Juventus are not going to sell him. I don't think he wants to join us anyway. And I just don't think there's any chance of getting that deal. I would love to sign Vlahovic as well, but I'm going Milinkovic Savic because he walks straight into this team, and I think we're desperate. I mean, we are desperate for the striker as well, but there's just no chance of getting that deal done would be my answer. So it's a difficult one. I'm just going to go with the realistic deal, which would be Milinkovic. Ross said there's a plan A and a B. There's a plan A and a plan C at Arsenal, no plan B. 100%. Jesus is the A and Nketiah's the C. There's no plan B. If Nketiah's third choice, I can get my head around that. You're the youngster. You're the developing. You're the third option. That's cool. I don't mind that. You being second choice, I have a problem with you then, because you're not that guy, in my opinion, right now. Nimbo said Eddie and Nketiah should go on loan. The problem is the contract and the hype that's been put around him from Arteta. He wouldn't accept going on loan. He would probably say, what, I'm too good to go on loan, but you're not really. Roif said Savic and Neves linked to Barcelona to replace Busquets. Yeah, I read that Busquets could be going to the MLS. So they're going to be looking for a midfielder as well. Ruben Neves would be another good option for Arsenal. Big up Alfred. I hope you're well, bro. Milinkovic, Savic and Zaha in January. With that 2-point gap makes us instant title contenders. People forget we still have to play City twice after Christmas. Can you imagine making 2 signings of that level in January? Milinkovic, Savic and Zaha. Like, the way your changing room goes up to another level, you get players like that through the door, would be outrageous. Do you believe Arsenal are going to do it in January, though? You know, I have very little faith in January transfer windows with Arsenal. We spend most January selling players. Aya said, my biggest issue with Eddie is he needs 5 chances to score 1, which is why he played well last season when started. Plus, his first touch is atrocious and his technique is non-existent. I'd get Ivan Toney. I think you went even more ham on him than I did. Man said his first touch is atrocious. His technique is non-existent. I suppose the only problem you've got with Ivan Toney's and Mitrovic and players like that, there's no guarantee that they start. But because they're playing for clubs that are inferior to us, without being disrespectful to the likes of Fulham or Brentford, you should be able to get Ivan Toney out of Brentford. You know, in terms of convincing him to join us, it's just Brentford are going to say, all right, you can sign him, but we want 50 million. 55, 60 million, because realistically, if Brentford sell Ivan Toney, they're in a relegation battle. You know, if Fulham sell Mitrovic, they're in a relegation battle. So that's the only problem, you know. But I think we need a striker, and I want him right now. But will they? Jitesh said Abraham or Ivan Toney. I mean, you know, Tammy, to a certain extent, I have to hold my hands up a little bit with Tammy Abraham, because he's gone to Italy and banged goals. He's become a bagsman in Italy, right? I still find it very difficult to get my head around the fact that he's now some sort of top-level striker. I don't know what it is. I don't know if he just suits Serie A. I still don't rate Tammy Abraham. And some people would say I'm being harsh because he proved himself last season. I mean, I've just typed him in. Tammy Abraham. Last season, he got 17 league goals in 37 games, 4 assists. That's a good season. This year, he's played 11 games, 2 goals. He started the season poor. Yeah, I'll be honest. I'm still not convinced. I'm still not convinced. I could be wrong. Some people may have seen him a lot more than me in Serie A. But I just can't get my head around Tammy Abraham. I don't rate him. I think he had a good first season there. But I'm still not convinced by him. And he would be expensive as well. South London's finest, big up, bro. Can we get 1,000 likes? 1,500 of you in the chat. 44 of you on Twitch. Big up the whole of the C unit. Like the video, subscribe, all of that good stuff, people. Jake said he seems easy to defend in the Premier League. Pace, maybe, yeah. Serie A, tax. Jitesh said, Big C, you're violating. Abraham is clear of Ivan Toney. Listen, I don't know, people. Am I wrong here? I think I'd rather take Ivan Toney. I don't know why. I don't know what it is with Tammy. I don't rate him. I do not rate him. I mean, he did have a good season at Chelsea. Let me look at Ivan Toney. Maybe I'm getting caught up in the fact that Tony's doing it now. Ivan Toney's got 8 goals in 12 games and 2 assists. I'm taking Ivan Toney. He's a year older than him. I'm taking Toney all day long. Time out. Yeah, no, I'm telling you. All right, let's get that in the poll. Let's get a poll on it. I'm throwing it out there. Who would you rather sign for Arsenal? Ivan Toney or Tammy Abraham? I'm Ivan Toney all day long, by the way. Like, it's not even close. But some people may rate Tammy. He did do the business last year. Let's get the poll up. There you go. It's up. I want to see the answers. Toney is clear. says Kai. More polls than a strip club, baby. We out here. I like Tammy Abraham, said Sports Genius. Osimhen. Hey, we didn't put him in there, but I like Osimhen. Tammy is tall but crap in the ear. Total Hit said Toney all day. Couple say Tammy, Toney. It's an interesting one. Toney is clear all day long, not even a debate. Not feeling the pepperoni, man, at Roma. Oh, my days. Oh, dear. Ivan Toney is clear. Abraham all day. Tammy is a tall Eddie. I'm with you, Nick. He's a tall Eddie, man. Tony Link-up is way better. He's sick at penalties as well. Man said T-Unit. No, it's all mad people. Bring back Balogun. He will be the answer. I mean, we'll see next season. We will see. Tony is better. Tammy reminds me of Crouch. Tony is better than Tammy in every department. I think he's a far better footballer than Tammy Abraham. I really do. Anyway, I'll leave that up for a little bit. We'll come back to it. Big up to the community. That's what I like. You see, you can start debates and polls in the chat yourself, people. So big up. Anyway, let's move on. I'll come back to that at the end of the next topic. And this one leads me in nicely because Gunnerola's calling me out. And I'm with you. Maybe I deserve it. You know me, I'm quick to put my hands up if I'm wrong. Gunnerola said, Big C, what are you saying now about the car park Mudryk? And listen, I can't hide. I was there when I said it. And I most certainly said it. And here, the article's ready. I'm ready to go. I'm not hiding. I know what I said. They're calling me Car Park Curtis now. It's out of order, but maybe I deserve the slander, young Nizzle. I'll take it. Because every time I watch Champions League highlights on a Tuesday or Wednesday, I see this guy running very quick, by the way, past people and just slapping it top corner, bottom corner, all sorts is going off. So Car Park, what did I call him? Car Park Neymar or Car Park Mudryk? Yeah, don't go anywhere. Don't go anywhere. Yeah, right now I can't go anywhere. Yeah, there's no hiding place. Car Park Mudryk, that was it. Car Park Mudryk. I said I'm not getting excited about a guy who scores goals with an Asda car park in the background. There was no stadium behind the goal. I'm not excited about a 50 million signing scoring goals in a car park. Car unit, it's outrageous. The slander is a disgrace. Big C stands for big car park. I'm here. I'm taking all of it. I've got the Teflon vest on, and I'm not hiding. P unit, they're all coming for me. I'm not hiding. Car park Mudryk. What else you got for me, people? I ain't going nowhere. You have more subscribers than my country's population. What country are you from, Jimbo? Parking lot Curtis. It's all mad. You're destroying me, but I'm not hiding. I'm taking it. You could call me the Teflon Don today. I've got the bulletproof vest on. 50 cents. C unit. 9 shots, 50 people. I'm taking all the slander. The Car Park Mudryk is actually... he's a decent footballer. Big C's in the Mudryk. Pause, by the way. Car dealer bot, you lot letting the clip off. PCN. Man said I got a ticket and I'm not paying it either. I refuse to pay it. Man said just leave the keys, let them drive off with the car, people. Listen, the channel's own friend, Ben Jacobs, he's come with he's come with an article. He said last night, Mudryk just scored a screamer, his third UEFA Champions League goal. Shakhtar wants 60 million euros. Arsenal, one of a number of clubs interested. They didn't make a bid over the summer, but Mudryk did tell me, I can't say no to Arsenal if they do come calling. Yeah, take my ticket. I'll take the ticket, people. I deserve a ticket on the windscreen for what I said to him. No, you look outrageous. I said, sure, he's a car park sharper. Don't be mad at me. I think I know why. Do you know what? It's deserved. It's deserved. I can't even. What do I say? What do I say? Corolla unit, like Toyota Corolla unit. Like, the creativity deserves respect. That's why I'm not hiding from it. The creativity deserves respect. You're like Prime Meza Ozil in the number 10 role. So, full screen. Hands up. You've done me. You've done me. However, one thing I want to say, I'm just doing a conversion rate here. I want to know how much 60 million euros is. 60 million euros in pounds is 51.9 million in English. Man are saying I need a timeout myself. Like, time myself out for 3 minutes. Is he worth 51 million? That's my only question. He looks like a serious baller. I can't lie, people. He looks like a serious baller. Parking Bay unit, yeah, carry on. I see what you're saying to me here in the comments, you know. But I'll go along with it. The creativity deserves respect. The ticket machine don't take card, Big C. It don't take card, and I have no cash on me. So I got to risk the ticket. Is he worth 51 million? Would be my only question. A lot of man look good on YouTube playing ball. So is he worth it? I mean, I'm looking at his stats. Mudryk. How's he getting on this season? He has 3 goals in 5 Champions League games with 2 assists. That's good. 5 goal contributions. 3 goals and 8 assists in 6 games in the Ukrainian league. So 8 goal contributions in 6 games. He's a baller. He is a baller. There's no doubt about it. Big up Clement. Hope you're well, bro. We need to be at 500 likes. Get the likes up. Yeah, man. We should be easily getting 1,000 likes. Fitzborn said, my question to you, Kurt, is how much do you worth? How much am I worth? I mean, I would like to say priceless, Fitz. I would like to say priceless and say that, you know, I remember a comment once when I can't forget what team he was playing for. R9 when he was at Real Madrid. I think they said there was no amount of money you could buy him for. They did get rid of him eventually because he put on a bit of weight and the knee injury. But I would like to say similar to R9, Fitz. I would like to say there's no release clause and it's a serious negotiation. But anyway, let me know in the comments, people. You know, maybe if the creativity today, man said just shy of £1, 2 waffles and a sugar cane. See, you've set them off now, man. You've set them off. Man are saying sugar cane and all sorts. It's all mad. Can he play on the right wing is interesting. I was looking at this. Apparently, he has played a few times on the right, but most of the time on the left. A bag of ready salted crisps, said South London's finest. Cheers, mate. Man didn't even man didn't even have enough respect to give me a flavour crisps. Like, you know, when you was younger, your mum got the multi-pack. You know, you went for the barbecue or the salt and vinegar or the roast chicken. And when you was desperate, you know, the red packet, ready salted, you was like, damn, ain't really trying to eat the ready salted that just tastes like salt. But, you know, desperate times, you might have to do what you got to do. Man came straight in and said a bag of ready salted and a Freddo. To be honest, though, with inflation, Freddos are about 10p when I was a kid. Last time I saw them, there was about 20p. They're probably more now, so I'll take it. A Freddo is a classic chocolate. I'm trying to find the positives in these situations here. Man said a $10 bag juice. Bag juice, bag juice. If you've been Jamaica or the Caribbean, you know. Elite drink, by the way. Kai said Tesco's own brand. I mean, I've got to at least be a brand. If I'm not a brand, I feel severely disrespected. 2 bottles of rum and a plate of waffles. To be honest, if you drank them 2 bottles of rum and a plate of waffles, you know what I mean? You might be in a different world anyway. So priceless may drop in nicely. Prawn cocktail was always last to go at my house. So you weren't into them. Space Raiders, classics, by the way. Freddo is 25p. What is going on in the world, people? How could you survive? Remember that £1 you used to get sent to the shops with? I used to get a 10p mix, a little, you know, you used to get the plastic drink in the carton where you just popped it with the straw at the top. That was about 10p. 10p mix of sweets. You might get like a 10p chomp or a little chocolate, a Freddo or something. Space Raiders were about 10p, 15p. They used to give you a bag. You got the whole bag full for £1. Now, for £1, I don't even know what you're getting. You might not even get a drink for £1 anymore. It's all mad. I'm glad I grew up in that generation. Because it's inflation is wild nowadays, man. Yeah, let's see. Gunnar Vettel's coming for me here. On the Forever Arsenal podcast on AFTV, someone said Turkish was like Odegaard because he keeps things ticking away. Gotta say, you're a bit like Cedric, has some wild crossers takes. Listen, Gunnar Vettel, put some respect on my name. If I was at Arsenal right now, if at my YouTube channel, how would I describe Arsenal? I would say we're Gabriel Martinelli, we're Saliba. With William Saliba, the potential is huge. We're coming for Van Dijk. You can't deal with us. You got Gunnar Vettel. You're taking 3 minutes for that. I'm taking that too lightly. Gunnar Vettel, we'll talk in 3 minutes. Man said Cedric. Nah, I'm not having that. We're Saliba, Saka, Gabriel Martinelli, man. The sky's the limit. Man said Cedric. Nah, man, you're getting 3 minutes. And you've been in the community for a long time. Consider your actions. You come back, you think about it. Yeah, I did talk to Cedric, but no, we ain't Cedric. That is for sure. So I'll see you in 3 minutes, Vettel. You have a think about it. No, man said you're Gabriel. To be fair, there is the odd howler. But no, I'm not accepting it. The hairline naturally is better. I'm still hanging on to the baby hairs, so I won't accept any Gabriel shouts. I can't lie. Cedric the Entertainer. I'll take Cedric the Entertainer over Cedric Suarez. I can't lie. Man said Eddie Shaw TV. Unless that Eddie is Eddie Murphy, I refuse to accept ever being called Eddie. I did like Eddie Murphy growing up as an actor. Beverly Hills Cop 1, 2, and 3. You know, coming to America, all of that. But I ain't accepting no Cedric Sambis, none of that people. Would you take CR7? Absolutely, I would take CR7. I can't lie. If Man U rip up that contract, I would take him. And you know what? That's going to be the next poll. Let's end that poll. 82% Ivan Toney, 18% Tammy Abraham. That's went just the way I liked. I'm telling you now, no cap, I would take CR7 at Arsenal. Because he would be so motivated by the fact that Ten Hag has just dissed him. You know, London Life, I'd take him. I'd take CR7. Nah, I'd take him. Short term, 6 months. 6 months of Ronaldo. Just get us to the Champions League. 6 months. Just cross the ball into him. I'd take him. CR7 and Arteta, yeah. Somebody just said that, and who said it? Owen. CR7 and Arteta definitely can't run. There's no way on earth. I think CR7 would try and take his job. So yeah, I take it back. It wouldn't work. Ivan said, people say Mudryk won't fit Arsenal since his goals come from the counter. In the Ukrainian League, Shakhtar play possession. Since all the rest sit back. Big up Ivan. Listen, he looks a real talent, that is for sure. 51.9 million is big money. If Arsenal were going to buy him, I hope they're fully convinced by him. CR7, yeah, CR7 would sun Arteta, people saying. Jake said, I think if we get CR7 at Arsenal in January, would fire us to the Premier League title. Man said title, you know. Anthony said, no, that's a no from me. No CR7. He'd cause Arteta more drama than Zaha and Aubameyang. That's the only reason. I'm not going to lie. Arteta and CR7 is a recipe for absolute disaster. I'm not even going to put the poll up. He can't come to the carpet. You need a big boy manager to deal with him. Not that Arteta ain't a big boy manager, but he can't deal with that personality, man. It's wild. Garbo said, are you mad, Curtis? CR7 at Arsenal don't want that washed up has-been at the Arsenal. I got one question for everybody in the comments for why I was trying to justify that, right? 20 minutes to go. Gabriel Jesus tired or hasn't played well. Who would you rather coming on the pitch to try and get you a goal? Eddie Nketiah, Cristiano Ronaldo. I know who I'd rather be bringing on. Do you want the guy who does that, but doesn't do that because he doesn't really score? Or do you want the guy who goes, Suey? I know I'd rather have people. I'm being honest. You know what I mean? I said, you know, Dynamite says that ain't fair. Dynamite. You know what I mean? Let's be real. Who do you want to see coming on? CR7 or Eddie? Eddie. Who do you want to see coming on? Keep it real. But let's move. I would go for Diogo Jota. Liverpool won't sell him. They won't sell him. Eddie, hey, really? Come on, be serious. Luke said have some shame. I'm just speaking facts. Let's move on. If you thought you was angry with that question, because I kind of got you all into a position there where you can't get out of it. You didn't want Ronaldo. Then you thought Ronaldo or Eddie. Actually, I'd rather have Ronaldo. I've got you. It's checkmate. You see, I'm playing chess, not checkers, people. That's what we're here for. So now you're all frustrated. Daniel said CR7 is done, burnt all bridges with any elite club. He'll get a decent move on a free. Somebody decent will take him on a free transfer, let's be real. Eddie in his natural position instead of the wing over CR7. Garbo, come on. Serious, man. Let's be real. I know Ronnie is kind of washed up now, but Ronnie or Eddie, come on. There's only one winner. Even a washed up Ronnie is better than Eddie, man. Let's be real. Whether he's on the wing or up front. And if you was frustrated with those comments, you might be even more angry with me. Because, Mr. It's the players, Curtis. I've caught him in the spell, people. I've caught him in the spell. Gunnar Vettel said, taking it back, Curtis. The takes are usually very good. There you go, Gunnar Vettel. What a quality 3 minutes you've had. Gone on the naughty step, a few thoughts, and now you're back. It's all great. I'll take the banter, people. I'll take it. No Cedric Suarez comparisons. Kevin! Home Alone settings, people. Home Alone settings. We've got him. Kevin Campbell says, on Marcus Rashford, his words, not mine. Do not shoot the messenger, people. Do not shoot the messenger. I did not say it. Kevin said it. And I ain't talking about Home Alone Kevin. This is Kevin Campbell. Kevin Campbell on Marcus Rashford. He ticks some really good boxes for Arsenal. On the counter-attack, he can be devastating. He undone Arsenal at Old Trafford earlier this season with his speed. Rashford can be devastating on his day. We know that. Kevin! Thank you very much, Kev. Do you know what? I wish he was on the channel right now. Finally! We agree, Kev. Young Nizzle saying the key word, though, is on his day. You are right there. It is on his day. I can't lie. But if you read the full article, it's in the Daily Mail. Kevin Campbell saying Arsenal should go and get Marcus Rashford while Manchester United mess around with his contract. His words, not mine. Man saying take a sip. Listen, I'm just passing on the words, people. I may have said one or two things about Marcus Rashford in the past, but today, this is nothing to do with me. He said it's the players, Curtis. It's the players. It's the players. Rashy to the carpet. His day is 2 out of 10. That could be the problem. It could be the problem. I have to admit, listen, I'm a fan of Rashford. I am. But even I have to admit that consistency is a problem with him. But again, as we said earlier with Sancho, is it the style or lack of style? Lukaku looked finished at Manchester United. He went to Inter. People were saying he's one of the best strikers in the world. Again, could be Serie A tax. But it just shows sometimes that players, they get out of the certain environment. I've said for a long time that Rashford needs to leave United and play for somebody else. But the two problems just with this statement alone, number one, counter-attack. First of all, counter-attack. They hit us on the break. We don't really play counter-attack in football. So that's the first problem. And the second problem is, as he said, on his day. Let's be real. And listen, you know me, I'm a defender of Rashford, and I would take Rashford for the right price. But can we afford to sign a player who's just good on his day? You know, let's be honest. Adama Traore on his day is unplayable. That greased up turkey will rip you apart on his day. Saint Maximum, you know, Gucci headband height will rip you apart on his day. But off his day, he looks like Javinho, you know, and that's the problem. Hey, listen, I said it. Information and entertainment, we're back. We got another one here, people. Sacanelli said, yo, I work in JD Sports in Barnstaple, Devon. If you come and say C-Unit to me on shift, I'll give you 25% off. Listen, where's my pen and paper? People, write this down. I told you, inflation is real. C-Unit, we are together. We're a community in this. Right, we got Lumi, Tottenham Hale, TK Maxx, right? We expect 20% off if we say C-Unit. Now we got Sacanelli, JD Sports in Devon. If anyone's down there on the coast, say C-Unit, 25% off. I'm keeping notes. Anyone else? Reveal yourself right now. We need somebody that works in a good restaurant, right? We need a good restaurant. We need some good food, people. Who's out there who's dealing with some good food? Maybe a car dealership. Maybe someone who can deal with a mortgage. We could do with an electrical place. You know, if we need new cameras, new equipment, let us know, people. We need it. C-Unit business. I'm telling you, we're going worldwide with this. Lumi. Any electrical work, Big C, I'm your man. Right, Kai, there we go. Kai Garrity, we're getting you down, electrician. We're not leaving here until we got a list. What else have we got? Who's at Nando's? 25% off Air Forces. I'll be there in 25 minutes. I'm telling you. We need someone in a game store as well. PS5s, we need discount. Come up north, I can sort tattoos. There you go. Anyone wants a new tat, new sleeve? Go to Ant up north. We need tats. We need discount. What else we got, people? C-Unit off to Devon and Tottenham. I'll tour the whole country. Can anybody fix my AC? There we go. Glitch said, I'm a plumber. Glitch, we got a plumber here as well. We ain't ramping. We're going. Oh, it costs you 100 to get to Devon. I can't lie. I've been Devon before. It's a long way away. It's a long, long way away. That's the only problem. By the time you get there, you've probably spent more than the discount. Jahan said, I work in a strip club reception. Big C. I knew someone was going to violate. I knew someone was going to violate in the comments. It's all mad. I'm telling you, people, the community is real. Anyone in South London with a discount. Oh, here we go. Fahan, I can do 30% at game in Sheffield. Nah, serious. We're moving. I'm writing these down. You lot think I'm joking. People, where you at? Reveal yourselves. We got Fahan's in a game in Sheffield. Go and find him. Just go in there, say C-Unit. Look, J10, McDonald's. Website builder. We got all sorts. Five Guys, Manchester. Come to me and I'll give you free drinks. Stefan. It's all... Nah. We're not playing here, you know. Inflation is real. Steve, I work for M&S, 20% off. Nah, people, I'm telling you. It's all mad. It's all mad. What a legendary community. People, write them down. Get your pen and paper out. I'm going Tottenham Hale. Then we're going Devon. Then we're going Sheffield. I'm a music manager. I can get you a record deal. Listen, you've heard my singing. If I don't win X Factor next year, there's something wrong. There's something seriously wrong. I believe in my voice. I can get you 100% off at Rolls Royce. I mean, if only. That's what we need. Supreme said, I can build you a house. Amin said 25% off Curry. I thought you said Curry's the shop. I could have done with that. C-Unit UK tour. Yeah, man. We're moving, people. We're moving. Now, I wasn't on Talk is Cheap this week, I'm afraid. It's half term here in the UK. Daddy duty's got me, you know, running everywhere. You know, you have to take... You don't realise until the kids are off how much you have to just, you know, take them out, play football. Then they want to go to the trampoline park. Then they want to go for food. Then they want to get this. They want to buy Panini stickers. It's all mad. So, yeah, I couldn't make Talk is Cheap. I think Jordan went on there yesterday, so big up to him. It's like a comedy special. And we got one more here. Odeon said, hey, Pure Gym, 25% off in Leeds, people. There you go. There you go. It's all going off, people. 20% off Renault cars as well. We got everything. Ziggy, big up, bro. 25% off the green. Hey, Ziggy, relax, man. Yo, I'm trying to... Don't get me cancelled here, you know. Don't go anywhere. Don't go anywhere. Is this not the best channel in the world? The C-Unit community is rocking. Big up. Let's get back to the show. But big up everyone for shouting out in the comments, people. You can always do with a little discount. That is for sure. Let's move on. Kevin Campbell saying, let's get Rashford. Most of you think we shouldn't. I can't lie. I want to get Kev on the channel, actually, to talk about that. Let's look ahead. Let's look ahead now. We've spoke transfers. Mudryk. Would you pay 51 million for him? That's what they're asking for at Shakhtar. Personally, I think you could get him cheaper because Ukrainian league, they've got an asset on their hands. They're going to want to cash in on him. You're not going to get 51 million for him, in my opinion. If you negotiate, you get him cheaper. But he is ripping it up at the moment. Maybe he's better than a car park Mudryk, as I called him. Milinkovic Savic being linked with a move to Arsenal, 52 million plus Sambi Lokonga. Would Arsenal drop 52 M's in January? I'm still not convinced. And then Kevin Campbell saying we should go for Marcus Rashford. You know my thoughts and opinions on that one, people. Let's look ahead. Europa League business tomorrow. Arsenal against PSV. A few of the guys are over there. I think Cecil and Lee, judges, are over there. I was going to go over for this, but because I've missed the last couple of watch-alongs, I've left this one. I decided to leave it. The flights have gone up a little bit as well at the last minute, so I thought I'd leave it. And we'll do a watch along for this. Can we get a poll on Kvradona or Mudryk? We'll do that one. Kvradona, right? Is that the guy at Napoli? Very quick. But if Arsenal get a draw tomorrow, we've won the group. Which of course gets us. If you finish second in the Europa League, you go into the last 32. Which means you have to play another 2 games. If you win the group, you go straight to the last 16. It also means you avoid the Champions League dropouts. Now, we saw last night, for anybody that watched the Champions League, Juventus eliminated from the Champions League. They're out. They're not even guaranteed to get in the Europa League, but at the moment they have better goal difference. Who do they play in their last game? Juventus' last game is against PSG. But they do have a 6 better goal difference. If Maccabi Haifa were to get a draw against Benfica, Juventus would be out. Now, at the moment, the teams heading into the Europa League: Ajax, Atletico Madrid, Barcelona, Sporting Lisbon, Salzburg, Shakhtar, so we would see Mudryk, Seville, Juventus. So some big teams. I know they're not necessarily all as good as they used to be. People saying Barcelona are not as good, Juventus are crap. Let's be real. Barcelona would be a difficult game in the Europa League. You know, going to the new camp, they're second in La Liga. If you weren't at it, Lewandowski and them guys can punish you, let's be totally honest. So it's going to be a difficult Europa League with those sorts of teams dropping out. What I want to ask you before we round up the show, people, is what sort of team do you think Arsenal should put out tomorrow? There's a very big debate going around at the moment. Some people think that Arsenal should totally rest all of their best players, go to Holland with a weak squad, and even if we lose the game, all we've got to do is beat Zurich at home next week. Zurich have lost 4 out of 4. They've only scored 3 goals. We'll beat them anyway. And the fact of the matter is, we'll win the group. But then some people are saying, go stronger this week, get the point, because next weekend we play Chelsea. So what you don't want is to have to play a strong team next week against Zurich with Chelsea 3 days later. You would rather maybe play the stronger team this week because we play Nottingham Forest on Sunday. So how would you manage it, people? So we're going to pick a team for tomorrow. Now, Charles Watt said this morning that Zinchenko and Marquinhos didn't train this morning, although Marquinhos could still play. Apparently he's under the weather rather than an injury. So, looking ahead for a potential team for tomorrow, Matty Turner continues. Listen, the fact I'm calling him Matt Turner shows we're making progress, because I was calling him Tina Turner. What's love got to do with it? I agree with you, Richard. I think it's a 50-50. What I wouldn't do, though, is make players travel that don't really need to. You know, I think you've got to give some of the players a total rest. He's resting players, but putting them on the bench, making them travel to Bodo Glimt and bringing them on for 7 minutes. Give some of them the night off. Don't travel, don't train. You're not even on the bench. That's what I would do for some of them. Gunnar 8 said, I'm worried about Zinni, so am I. Calf injury, muscular injury, and he keeps saying every week he could be available. Then he's not on the bench. Maybe the injury's worse than they first said. Daniel said, I'd sacrifice Europa League for any shot at Premier League supremacy. The Prem is definitely the priority, but I do believe we can manage both. Big C, I'd play Jesus tomorrow. Man needs a goal, said Maka. Agreed, jet lag is real. I mean, listen, these flights aren't too far, but just the travelling, you've got to train, you've got to sit there, you know. Bodo was very cold. You just don't need all of the travelling. Somebody just said in the comments, by the way, they work at Sports Direct, 30% off boots. I did click it on the screen. I forget the name, but they're the kind of connections we need as well, so big up. Let's go through the back four. Cedric is available now. I'm just trying to think how I would definitely put a weaker team out. 100%. If Zinchenko's not fit, then I think Kieran Tierney is a bit of a risk. I'm going... Gakpo plays left wing. I'm going Cedric at left back. Some of you may disagree with this, and I understand why. The reason I'm doing this is because I think if you've only got Kieran Tierney as your available left back, then I'm not risking him. I honestly think this game you've got to go a little bit weaker. And then I'll go... We don't have another centre-back. I'll go Gabriel. I'll give Saliba the night off. I'll go with that. Gakpo plays left wing. I didn't see anything really on the other wing that worried me. Cedric's back. Yeah, I'd save Tierney, because if you play Tierney gets injured, you got no Zinchenko. Then you got to play Tomiyasu at left back against Forest, and so I wouldn't do that. Cedric is rubbish, needs to leave the club. Cedric holding Gabriel, Tommy. I think that's a decent back four, considering I'm trying to rest people. I agree, shame we don't have Trusty. Somebody said in the comments earlier, Trusty's been one of the best defenders in the Championship this year. Does anyone know how true that is? I know he's been starting for Birmingham. George said it's about the travelling for me. Literally rest the whole team against PSV. Get the job done against Zurich. It will be easier. No travelling. Easier to recover. Reddy said Barca's whole starting backline is injured in the Champions League. They will come back in Europa League matches. They will be difficult. For me, listen, there's no doubt Barca will be a tough opposition if we got them in Europa League. Their front three is Rafinha, Dembele and Lewandowski. Even if they're out of form, that's difficult. Mr. Cool Bus Driver, thank you for the super chat. There are 365 days in a year. Is Trashford's day during the leap year? Oh, man said he turns up once every 4 years. Unfortunately, a lot of the times he turns up is against us. Talk is Cheap will be back next Tuesday. I wasn't on this week. I was visiting family. Xavi Simons on the other flank. Did he play on the wing? I thought he played central. Anyway, let's pick the rest of the team. I mean, listen, I've called him Bambi, Sambi, any other whatever nickname, but we ain't really got no choice. He's got to start. Can we do anything different in midfield? I don't want Thomas Partey anywhere near this game. I mean, have we got to play Xhaka, really? It's ridiculous, the lack of depth that we've got in midfield. It's embarrassing. We got no one else. We can't, unless you play Odegaard and Vieira, but there's no one. Who can we play? And then you play Fabio in the 10. He needs to perform. He wasn't good at the weekend. I thought he was really poor. And like I said, 35 million, you got to turn up. I'm going Marquinhos didn't train. Oh, he's here. They've got him. He's finally been added. I've been showing the picture of Marquinhos at PSG. So to celebrate him on the game, no more PSG right winger. He's finally here. Eddie and Nelson. Oh. But then you can't risk Martinelli and them, man, because if Martinelli gets injured, who plays left wing? Smith Rowe's injured. So yeah, I'm going with that front three. I don't like it. Yeah, I'm going with that front three. Reece Nelson and Eddie. Just purely to give people a rest. I don't want to start Martinelli. I don't want to start Saka, and I don't want to start Jesus. I don't even want Thomas Partey to travel to this game, and I wouldn't even take Saliba there either. It is this clearance rail. You know, you buy Eddie and Nketiah, you get Reece Nelson for free. Yeah, it's literally that right now. That would be my team. That would be my team. This is Clement. What did Clement say for his team? Cedric, Gabriel, and Tomiyasu, Xhaka, Lokonga, Vieira. Same team, right? You're going same team. I think it's a no-brainer. Would anybody change that team in any way? Let me know. I'll just give you my reasons. You know, I don't want to risk Tierney at left-back with Zinchenko being injured, because then we've got no left-back. You've got to play Tomiyasu at left-back. Man said Nelson Mandela and Eddie Murphy. Rest in peace, Nelson Mandela, by the way. But, yeah, I mean, if Reece Nelson can be 1/10 as legendary as Nelson Mandela. We've got a player on our hands right now. We're not even seeing that, I'm afraid. I thought after the loan spell we were going to get a good player, but I'm not seeing nothing. I'm sorry, but our depth is terrible. Absolutely terrible. I can't even give Granit Xhaka a night off because there's nothing. There's nothing to bring in. Who can I even play? I can't. People saying play Matt Smith. I mean, Matt Smith, I haven't even really seen him play. That team. All right, let's put it into perspective. And you know what? You've just said it there, White. So I'm going to give you the credit. I was going to say it, but I'm going to give you the credit. That team gets relegated in the Premier League. Nottingham Forest are bottom of the Prem, and that team's worse than the Forest team. Forest team's better than that. They got Lingard, they got a few decent players. That team finishes bottom of the league in the Prem. And that's our depth. It's nowhere near good. You're right, I'm telling you. Arteta and Edu might have to put their boots on and play centre mid. Arteta would probably play better than what I'm seeing from Sambi right now. I can't even lie. They're good on their day. We just don't have any days. I mean, look, Gabriel, Xhaka. I don't even really want them playing this game. I'd rather give them the night off, but they can't. I can't get away with it. Who do we play? We got no one else to play. You got Ainsley out on loan. Would have been ideal for this competition. You got Pepe out on loan, who would have been ideal. If you're going to let them go, at least bring them back in. Hey, big up Doran Tour. Make sure you follow him. Quality, biggest Nottingham Forest YouTuber. Going to be doing a preview with him this weekend on his channel. We'll do one on my channel as well. I'm trying to give you some respect. I just said that Forest are better than a sort of Arsenal reserve team. You're better than our reserves. It's a bit of respect. That's the most I can do for you right now. I can't lie. Make sure you go and follow him. Door on Tour, quality channel, does great vlogs of all the Forest games. Looking forward to the game on Sunday, by the way. Looking forward to that one. We need a confidence boost after Southampton, so hopefully Forest can be the pick-me-up that we need ahead of Chelsea next weekend. Do you know what? I better not say too much because you just beat Liverpool, so I have to go easy, you know. But yeah, as I said, I've said it all season, people. The Arsenal bench is worse than that dirty bench in your local park that's probably got bird poo all over it. It stinks. It literally stinks, you know. Nelson and Nketiah, Marquinhos front three. I mean, damn. Alfred, you're right, bro. It's bad when you're missing Mohamed El Neni. And that's how bad it is right now. We're missing El Neni. Big up Nathan Gunter, man. Big up my brethren from long time. Big Liverpool fan. Liverpool. Man, you man lost to Forest, you know. Damn. We're missing El Neni. And that's when you know there's a serious problem. So yeah, that's the team I'd go with. Bad boy lineup. I don't know about bad boy. I take the boy off. It's a bad lineup. But that's where we're at. Nelson and Nketiah are on the sale rack at TK Maxx. You do well to get rid of them, I'm telling you. Even with red stickers all over them. Beresford Productions, the cracks in the pavement are deeper than Arsenal's squad. You know, it's like last time we was in the Europa League, I feel like we were playing really weak teams and just brushing aside the group. Maybe the group was easier. I think we had Rapid Vienna, Dundalk and someone else. But we've had to play half of our first team in a lot of these games to get through the group. And we still haven't won the group yet. Big up Beresford Productions. Amber Lee said we lost to Forest last year. Yeah, weak team though, won it in the cup. But fair play to them. They deserve the win. Great stream, Curtis. Big up, peace, love. I appreciate it. The quality has gone up, yeah. What you're finding now is better teams are falling out of the Champions League and ending up in the Europa League. Europa League is going to get harder and harder to win. And as I said, last year we were unlucky because the year we were out of it, it was fairly weak. Frankfurt against Rangers in the final, I would have expected Arsenal to beat both of them. Where this year, you're going to probably end up with like Barcelona. It could be. Imagine Arsenal against Barcelona in the Europa League final. What a brilliant final that would be. Andrew said he's subbed to Door on Tour. Big up. Yeah, man. Make sure you go and support his channel. Good channel. Martin said, Curtis, my wife is a Birmingham City fan. She's adamant Trusty walks into our squad over Gabriel. The Blues fans love him. it's always dangerous to say things like that because it's the Championship. No disrespect. He might look like a top defender in the Championship, but I mean, you're playing against what strikers are in the Championship? Timo Pukki at Norwich. You're going to go from Timo Pukki, and they're probably one of the best teams in the Championship. You come to the Prem. Has he ever played against man like Haaland and Harry Kane and top quality strikers? So it's. But listen, I hope he is doing well. I hope he comes back and he's a good defender. But whether he's better than Gabriel, time will tell. TMB said a 1 year is the type of striker that can give us issues on the counter. I'm still hoping for a training session. I am. I said the other day, if we score early against Forest, we'll beat them comfortably. If the longer they keep it at 0-0, they'll make that game difficult for us. And try and hit us on the break. A 1 year, Lingard, Brennan Johnson, they do have pace and power. We need to score 15, 20 minutes into that game, and then I think we can pin them back and score a few. If we don't score, their confidence is high from beating Liverpool. They will grow belief and they will get into the game. Danish said, even Curtis Shaw would get into that team. Hey, listen, I'll walk into that team, my friend. Too many men said mid-table, not relegation. Very harsh outtake. Bro, honestly, no cap. I know we're Arsenal and we love Arsenal. That team that I put on the screen gets relegated. It gets relegated. Let's look at the Prem table right now. I don't mind looking at the Prem table because we're top of it. I mean, Wolves are second from bottom. That team was worse than Wolves. Wolves have got Neto, Podence, Ruben Neves. It's better than our fringe team. Diego Costa, even though he's a bit old, it gets relegated. It ain't finishing mid-table. With Eddie up top and Marquinhos and Reece Nelson out wide. No chance. Ain't getting anywhere near mid-table. Lingard's been poor at Forest. Yeah, I don't think he's scored for them yet. He hasn't really done much. Gray said, Curtis, I'm here in Uganda. My bestie is a big fan of your channel. That's how I got to know your channel. Big up, man. Appreciate the support from Uganda. Big up everyone worldwide tuning in. Shamak walks into that team. It's outrageous. The stream has less than 200 likes. Come on, surely not. Surely YouTube hasn't updated. I know you wouldn't do me like that, people. Community don't let me down like that. 200 likes. Let's hit 1,000 likes easily. Now we're at 500 likes. Let's get 1,000 likes, people. Do you rate Christopher Nkunku? Honestly, before this season started, I hadn't seen much of him. He was somebody that, as somebody who played FIFA a lot, I always seen him on FIFA. Player of the month, team of the week, team of the season. This season, I've made a point of watching him a few times. And the more I've watched him, the more I'm gutted that he looks as if he's going to go to Chelsea. Because I think he's going to be a top player. I can't believe that other clubs have not come in for him. I'll be fuming if he goes to Chelsea. And just think, again, this is why I do give Unai Emery credit. Unai Emery tried to buy Nkunku when he was at PSG. We didn't get the deal done. And now, look, you're talking about a £60 million player who looks as if he's going to go to the World Cup and looks as if he can go to the top. He looks fantastic. Emery wanted Nkunku, Fabinho, Wilfried Zaha, and we signed. Who did we sign? We signed Lucas Torreira, Nicolas Pepe, and who was the other one? I think we got Dani Ceballos on loan. So that's what I mean. Recruitment is everything. If you'd have given Emery, Nkunku, Fabinho, and Wilfried Zaha, we'd have probably won the Europa League and we'd have walked top four. He'd probably still be the manager now. That man got Lichtsteiner and Dennis Suarez, So this is why I'm never as harsh on Unai Emery, because ultimately he wasn't given the players that he wanted, where you can see really that Mikel Arteta has a lot more power at Arsenal. He seems to get the players that he wants. So yeah, man, Unai was never back with any of the signings he wanted. If the Unai Emery targets came in, who knows what would have happened. I'll finish with this. Can we challenge for the title this season? I've said many times, I think the squad depth will come back to bite us. I don't think we have as many match winners as Manchester City, and I think that stops us. I'll be honest, I think Man City will win the Premier League comfortably this season. I think they win the league by 8 to 12 points, clear of second. If you're being honest and you look around the Prem, Arsenal have played very good football this season, but eventually that squad depth is going to cause a problem unless we strengthen in January. That's the only way we can hang in there. Chelsea have not been great this season. They sacked their manager. They're trying to figure out a new style. They're starting to look a little bit better. Man United started the season terrible. They're getting a bit better, but still not great. Tottenham aren't playing good football, but have picked up results, but they had a bad week last week. Liverpool have had dodgy results, losing to the likes of Forest. So really, it's only us who've really played good football. But I'm going to be honest, I think City will pull away from the rest. I think they will. I think their strength in depth, people like Mahrez and Grealish on the bench. Who's got that kind of level of quality on the bench? I just don't see it. I think City will win this league quite comfortably. Like I said, if we can go to the World Cup level or 2-3 points clear, get 2 players in January, 3 players in January, then we maybe can stay close to them. But I still think City will win the league. But if we challenge them, if we're there right till the end and we finish 3, 5, 7 points behind them and maybe go and win the Europa League, that would still be a fantastic season for me. So being in the race is a positive in itself. So let's see. As I always say, while we're in it, we're not out of it. And at the moment, we're top of the league, so we're not out of it. Listen, people, thank you very much for tuning in. It's been an absolutely fantastic stream. Big up to everyone who came in, letting us know where they worked. If any of you want to go and check people, go and check them. Tell them C Unit. Hopefully you get a bit of discount. But big up to everyone. Great interaction as always. Really appreciate it. Do you know what? There's Champions League tonight. I might even do that Barcelona-Bayern Munich game. What else is there tonight? Ajax against Liverpool. Not that bothered. Might do Barcelona-Bayern Munich tonight, because I'm just thinking if Barcelona don't win, they drop into the Europa League. So it does have a bit of an effect on Arsenal. That'll be a big game. So I may do the Barcelona v Bayern Munich watch-along tonight, people. That's quite a big game. Make sure you got your notification bell on. Tomorrow, Thursday, we'll be doing Arsenal PSV watch-along, 6 o'clock game. So we'll be on at 5:15. And I may even do a 2 o'clock stream because Arteta's press conference is 6 o'clock tonight. So we may just do a quick stream at 2 o'clock tomorrow, press conference reaction and all of that. Big up to everyone for tuning in. Great interaction from the community as always. Lick that like button on your way out and subscribe. Barcelona v Bayern later on, people. Take care. Enjoy your Wednesday. Bless.